working with a team towards a common goal.
For the camaraderie.
Camaraderie and playing with my teammates.
I play for my team.
Teamwork and the connections that I can build on and off field.
For the community and the exercise.
Because of the community and the competition.
I like playing Ultimate Frisbee for the competition.
I play for the competition and the fun.
For fun.
Because fun.
I love getting
So the game has started.
So coming for your Cottage, wearing the white jerseys. While Red, wearing the red jerseys. First point, first offense hold. On va rouler ça tranquillement. On va se mettre dedans. First point, first offense hold by coming for your Cottage from Vancouver against Red, coming from Halifax.
So Red is in the red jersey, and you'll see the word circus on their jerseys because some of the men are from the Red Circus team.
Red took part last year in that national championship. They finished second. Hammer, cross court.
That is an epic throw. The throw to do the hammer break side to the end of the back of the end zone is such an epic throw. I'm expecting that we will see it most often by Red, Etienne, because Red does play 4x4s. They're used to the 4x4 play. They play it all winter, and that is a classic throw.
We are live from a Complexe Sportif Marie-Victorin, just in the eastern part of the island of Montreal, where the C4UC Canadian Championship 4-on-4 is being played. Great interception by number 23, Josh Turner. The Reds looking for the first break point. Hammer right in the corner. Was that caught in? Yes, confirm. The Reds scoring their second point, but it's a break point being scored in this pull play action.
In 4x4, there's this specialty, which is that the break side is where it is much easier to score a point in many of the ultimate formats. But in 4x4 specifically, you cut to the open side and then you break. And that's what happened here with a hammer.
Right in the corner, McGregor. Great scuba floating, caught just outside of the end zone. Resetting right in the middle to Mason. Mason. Cottage taking their time. They just got broken, trailing by one short point, but things can go very, very fast in that ultimate Frisbee format. Great little dish, reaching out to Catherine Menzies to tie this game to 2.
Another thing we saw during this point, which is classic 4x4 for experienced teams, is resetting well before the end zone line. And so they're not afraid to really dump and take control as they did, and they scored.
Good morning to those attending this game out of BC. It's coffee time. Great way to start your weekend. Great indoor ultimate with a great coffee. Thanks for joining, while our friends in Nova Scotia, probably around more closer to lunchtime now.
Yes. We saw the players raise their hands, and that's the indication for a pick. And so there was a call, and the disc is going to go back to the thrower, and they're just counting down now where the stall was at.
So we have a great matchup. Red, with the great chemistry they've played together all season long, while the BC squad, while they kind of huddled together to attend this Canadian Championship. Great vertical, and it was caught in by Red, scoring their third point. It's an offense hold.
Yeah, that was number 21, Bailey Darling, on Red's team. And reading those high break side long throws is such an asset in a 4x4 match. And it was just one long throw, and it scores.
You know what they say, on 4-on-4, everybody's a handler. You can throw anything. There's no win. So you can go crazy and creative with your throws.
There's no win, but the defense is always close.
McGregor with a quick dish. Another scuba, one-hand caught by Holtz. putting it in the space. McGregor again. Tons of traffic around him, but a quick dish reaching out to Rockcliffe to make this game a tie at 3.
Some great give goes on that point, and you see also the patience of the handlers, you know, really throwing it to only what's open. There was quite a bit of traffic, but they were able to punch it through, and this is where it's useful to have that high level, those really good hands.
Quick dish to find Trainer. Lateral moves by Red. Nice cut in, well defended, but a little too short, and a nice lateral cut again by number 21, Bailey Darling, for Red's 4th point.
There seems to be a call in the field, and so players are saying, oh, it got resolved, so it will be a point. And so you could see that the defense was so tight on that point. I mean, just looking at Catherine Menzies, number 90 from Coming for Your Cottage in white, they were just so tight, but Red was able to get there a fraction of a second earlier in both cases, also for the final grab, and that scored. And so the defense, I find, even if it's so tight, the throwers have to take a risk and throw, even if it's just a brief second in front.
Etienne Fournier with you with Chantal Dussault. Great interception, and quickly Red converting to Workman, scoring their 5th point, taking a 2-point lead with that second break point of the game.
Yes, I believe the intersection was made by Josh Turner, who the team is named after. So this year it's Red Josh's version.
That's a great accomplishment in your life. You have a team named to yourself, isn't it?
When you make interceptions like that, I mean, maybe it's warranted.
I would love to play in his team. McGregor, one-hand catch. Was that in or out? It's confirmed it was in.
It was in. And one of the great things about Frisbee is all of the team players on the Red team raised their hands to say, you know, even though it was the other team that scored, they confirmed, yes, that was in. You know, really fair spirit. And they're contributing to the other team's success when it's fair play.
The 4-on-4 format doesn't make any exception on the spirit. Lateral pass to McPhail. But a Blady landing hard on the ground. Trainer miscuing with her teammates. So break opportunity for Cottage out of BC. Menzies going in. Nice one-hand grab by Mason to tie the game at 5. First break opportunity for Cottage.
Now that was another spectacular example of throwing and having confidence in your catcher that they are going to be there to receive that throw, because the defense was so tight on that, and yet the throw still went off and the point was made, which is amazing.
Menzies, one of the finest women player in the country. Great defense by number 15, Sue. On the goal line for Cottage with an opportunity to take the lead back. Number 11, Bellavance. Quick dish to McGregor. The Cottage having scored the last 3-point, second consecutive break for the white jerseys, now leading 6-5.
The field is so small that one single, error can lead to a point by the other team.
And it goes so fast. The games are intended to last 50 minutes with a half time at the 24th minute. Another D by Cottage. This one now from Carrie Holtz. 89, Jay Boychuk will put the disc back into play in Cottage own goal line.
One of the things about Coming for Your Cottage is that they're not a 4x4 team, so we can expect their level to increase throughout this game, which is one of the early games of the tournament. And here we go. Caught right inside.
Nice field awareness, and it's confirmed. Point is good. 4th consecutive point by Coming for Your Cottage from the Vancouver area taking a 2-point lead
That
with
was caught.
39 minutes remaining in the game.
That was caught by Jonah Liash, number 25. We could see also them taking really good care to check their feet. And even though they had a lot of velocity in that run, they were looking at their feet at the same time as looking at the disc and catching it in and tiptoeing it before they get outside of the field.
That's where the second pair of eyes is very, very important. So you always know where you're at. A great grab! Lay out one-hand grab
That was an
with
insane grab.
this miscue, but unfortunate. The scuba lands on the ground, so turnover favoring Cottage, but what a one.
Bailey Darling, number 21 there with the insane save.
Left hand, one-hand grab.
I know,
I think he even smiled when he landed on the ground. Effortless one-hand grab. In the meantime, Cottage on the goal line. Menzies, quick dish to Bellavance, but little in the air pass for Menzies with a great separation. Cottage scoring their 8th point, now leading 8-5.
Catherine Menzies has really nice footwork. If you go back and look at how that point was scored, you know, she did dump it back, like we said, was a really smart thing to do, and then went, you know, to cut break side, and with some really efficient footwork, managed to cut back on the open side, and completely was by herself after that cut. And so those are the really efficient cuts that they look effortless, but they take a really long time to practice.
Red taking a timeout after suffering 5 points, 5 consecutive points scored by Cottage. So the squad from Halifax say, hey, we were in control. We scored the 2 first break point of this game, but we just suffered 4 break points. So let's chat about it.
And we're not surprised they're taking a break because they told us before the game that they want to have fun, you know, but that winning is more fun. So they do want to make semis. And they have been playing together all winter on court, a 4x4. So they know each other. They only have 2 new guys, 1 new girl. So it's a team that, you know, has good chemistry. They can reset and they can take this for the win. Great idea to take a break.
Of course, Chantal, all the team says, hey, we want to have fun. Of course, you will have fun. But it's a national championship. So, yes, let's have fun by winning the game. Hammer, cross court, but very hard to read and catch by number 16, a tennis trainer. Break opportunity for Cottage with McGregor putting the disc back into play after Red's timeout. Nice cut in by Boychuk. Forced back in. Now it's Sue's turn. Going flick across the court, but just out of reach and out of bound. Great effort by Rachel Cook to make herself open. Red will have an opportunity to redeem on this offense hold.
There was really good field movement on that, you know, going all the way from the break side to the open side, and that could have been a completion, but just a little bit overthrown.
Hayden to Dyer. Back to Hayden. Hayden with a nice, last great field awareness, great disc awareness by McGregor to block this disc. 28 Cook with the disc. Nice little dish, but unfortunate miscue. I don't think McGregor, wearing number 21, was expecting that pass. But that's 4-on-4. You got to expect it every time.
You do.
McKenna to Trainer. McKenna with a nice, precise, blady-ish flick.
And those are the kind of throws that are the easiest to read when, as a receiver, we see the entire trajectory of the disc. So when it launches and then you can see it land towards you, those are so beautiful to read. Whereas when they go over your head and you have to read them from underneath, or they cross over your head, that is a much higher level of difficulty.
So a fruitful timeout by Red, who were able to stop the leakage after suffering 5 consecutive points. Another great block by Red. 14 is gone. Ferrero wrong. Nice footwork by number 14 and number 17, leading to Red 7th point. And it's a break point for the Halifax squad.
Ferrero Wong, really owning that point, and not one of the things that we saw her do on that point, which is great ultimate, is throw as you're leaving. Like, don't throw and then watch your disc fly. You throw as you're already sprinting, and she did that twice. Really held on to the disc and made the right decision in the end zone. You know, not throwing that flick around, waiting for the cutter to come back and throw an easy backhand.
Long pass on the goal line. Boychuk holding it, dishing it to his teammate. Mason. Pass and run by number 33. Well defended. Halifax squad just putting pressure 1-to-1. But here's the opportunity. Oh, just almost grabbed by Menzies, but it was the disc spinned out of her hand.
Yes, the one-handed left-hand grab. They have a little bit of a lower success rate.
Red with another break opportunity. They're now trailing by 1. 32 minutes on the clock remaining in this pool play game here at National Championship in Montreal. There was a pick call, ensuring everybody takes their spot back. This will be put back into action. Lateral movement, nice little flick, blady flick, and Red scoring their 8-point, tying the game now after scoring the last 3 points.
That timeout call really paid off, Etienne.
18 minutes played, Chantal, 16 points. Oh, and there was a timeout in all that.
The level of completion, the rate of completion of the throws is extremely high. You can see that these are two very high-level teams playing here against each other. And so it's quite the privilege to see them play against each other.
McGregor resetting it. Oh,
look at
tons
that D.
of pressure.
That D was so close.
Holding it back. Oh, what a nice little layout to save the day. McGregor holding his hammer back. White jerseys taking their time. Bellavance looking for a break pass, holding it. Attacking the line, but going on the other side. No, resetting McGregor. Bellavance trying to make himself free in the end zone. Now will be McGregor attacking the open space with a nice dish from Bellavance. Cottage scoring their 9th point, taking back a 1-point lead with a little less than 31 minutes on the clock.
So something else that I really enjoy about Ultimate Frisbee handlers is what Bellavance just demonstrated on that previous point. So the lunging. And so sometimes when we start to play, we're stuck and we don't pivot. Not only did Bellavance pivot, he was really lunging at the complete extension of his body, which gave him so many more options. Really great form.
Reds with one player in the end zone trying to free himself up for his teammate to feed him. Now we're changing. It's now 31. Hayden in the end zone. But McKenna holds it back. Trying to create some space. The fields are fairly narrow, so you cannot cheat. You need to work your space up in order to score a point. Reds being very, very patient, trailing by 1 short point. They started the game on defense, so we've been exchanging break points. So far, both teams have 5 break points. 29 minutes on the clock, halftime at 24. Blady flick, reaching out to James McKenna for Reds' 9th point. We are tied once again in this pool play. Wow.
And there are some plays in there that seemed effortless or just really easy and normal. Like, for example, 31, Kelsey Hayden. She made a one-handed high catch with her left hand, and it saved the play, but it just felt like normal, you know, throwing the disc around and catching it. It was a really complicated throw, and she made it, and then not only that, she threw the winning point.
You know what they say, if it looks easy, well, it's because there's a ton of work behind it. Make it look easy, work hard. McGregor with a foul on the mark. No arms done. It will not be contested from my understanding. Cottage from Vancouver. Mason with the disc. Nice pass and run by Menzies. Going on the cross side. McGregor now looking for a caribou pass. Well caught by Mason on the goal line. Mason trapped, but oh, there was a slight window and she feeds the disc very well with a nice little clean dish pass for Cottage. 10th point.
That was not an easy position to be in. Your expression for this, Etienne, is always the coffin corner, when you're stuck on the corner of the end zone and you have a few options. And she decided to punch it in, not, I think, because that was her first choice, but because that seemed to be the only choice that she had, and a very small window, and it worked out.
Absolutely. Red near their own goal line. 21, Darling with the disc, feeding McKenna. McKenna with a nice flick, Blady-ish again, finding Trainer. What a great athlete. Number 16 tennis trainer, tall, very tall, probably the tallest woman on the field right now. Nonetheless, we are tied at 10 right now.
You can see the chemistry in the team here in Josh's version. You can see that they've played together. They know what to expect. They throw to the open space. They know their player is going to go get it, and there's value in that.
We have seen so far one-to-one defense. It's hard to play a zone defense on 4-on-4. Some players, some teams try to do it, while we see McGregor catching the disc for Cottage. 11th point.
In 4x4, athleticism is so important because it's all about sprinting and getting some distance between you and your defense. And that's what we saw McGregor do in this last point. He just really sprinted for the end zone and was able to build that distance and catch that beautiful throw, which was passed. Oh, a little bit overthrown.
That pass had a ton of gas, maybe a little too much for Darling to hold. Break opportunity. Bellavance puts it back into play. Mason to Bellavance once again.
Look at that lunging.
Wow. Nice little hole created. Mason feeding Menzies for Cottage. 12th point. It's a break point, and we just heard the Blues announcing the halftime. So whenever we hear the Blues, the plays stop for the halftime, and when it's at the end of the game, if the score is a tie, then we finish the point. Otherwise, we just stop the play the minute.
So the halftime lasts 2 minutes, Etienne, and the second half will start 20 minutes after the start of the game. Because during these games, the games are 50 minutes long, and the start of the game is indicated by a whistle, and the play stops immediately in the air at the end if the whistle is heard, and it's been 50 minutes, unless it's a tie. When it's a tie, then they continue that point.
So 16 senior team are attending that national championship, 8 junior team, and we'll have an amazing webcast program throughout today, and great way to spend your Sunday afternoon.
So exciting.
Why would you go outside and play Frisbee when there's Frisbee on the web? National championship.
You know, there are about 350 athletes here today, and these are the best athletes that play 4-on-4 Ultimate Frisbee in Canada, all reunited in Montreal for the junior and senior division playoffs of the year. So exciting. Some of these teams have only played indoors, and so it's a continuation for them, but some teams have been playing outdoors all year, Etienne.
Absolutely. And you know, Chantal, you're witnessing just like me, since we're based out of Quebec, how the 4-on-4 the Quebec scene is amazingly talented and super high caliber. Also, there is this Mars Attack, the tournament which is being hosted in Quebec City each year in March, which featured like 1,600 athletes. It's just like crazy. There's 3 sides, and this year particularly, I was told, like, amongst the top 10 teams, anyone can beat anybody. So that was just amazing.
It was an amazing tournament. Shout out to the organizers. I actually played the Mars Attack tournament this year, which was great. Really good organization. They have great treats as well.
Yeah.
So fun to go to tournaments and when the food is good. Field food. It's all about the field food.
2026 will be a big year in regards of ultimate. There's a World Junior that will be hosted in Logroño, Spain from July 11th to 18. There is also the World Master where you will be playing,
I
Chantal.
will be playing.
It will happen from June 28th to July 4th in Nottingham, United Kingdom. And there's also the World Master in August, which will be hosted in Ireland.
This game is so exciting. It really could be anyone's game.
Red converting their offense hole, scoring their 11th. We are back at a 1-point game.
Both teams are playing really well. They have different styles. You can see that Red is more used to the 4-on-4, and there's the athleticism that coming for your Cottage maybe has a little bit of a leg on. So we'll see how the second half goes.
And I was wondering, well, you're from Vancouver. There's no snow. Weather's nice all year long. Why would you play indoor? Well, that's the whole point. Nice layout bid by number 14, but just a little short. Ferrero Wong providing with a nice scuba from McGregor, finding Menzies on the break side. An offense hold by coming for your Cottage, taking a 2-point lead back.
Both teams have players playing on Team Canada, and so it's both teams have a lot of athleticism and a lot of experience. So we've got on coming for your Cottage in white, Malcolm Bryson was on Team Canada 2025 World Games, and Rachel Cook, World Games 2025 extended roster.
And it was not a point. I think Menzies was out of bound, so we're still 1 point apart. But now Bellavance, great aerial reading, landing in the end zone. Here's the 13-point for Cottage. So it's just a matter of time, I guess. It's not Menzies, it's Bellavance.
The defense on that could not have been closer, and it was really fair play. And one of the things, again, that's great about Ultimate Frisbee is that at the end, both players kind of give themselves a little tap in the hand saying, yep, that was fair play. You got that fair and square, and we move on. Love that about Ultimate.
21 minutes on the clock. Red trailing by 2. Trainer, nice flick on the break side. Tons of one-to-one pressure. There was some contact. Ooh. Just want to make sure. Hopefully the 2 players are okay.
Both players rolled. I don't know if the camera can see. Both players rolled one on top of the other. So just off to the side here of the field. And one is going to take a sub, injury sub. So someone else is going to come and replace her.
Hayden wearing a brace on her left knee. Hopefully no serious damage. She will be replaced by Brittany Fairweather.
For those at home, she does look fine. She's just taking a breather.
I think that pass was out of bounds. The 2 players took a good bid to it, but I think it was out of bounds. Oh, nice reading by Fairweather, just denying that low release. Backhand. Red countering. Oh, what a one. A great one-hand grab by 16 Trainer, providing Red their 12th point, making this game a 1-point game.
that great D by Fairweather in the end zone, which caused the turnover, and then that amazing read in the end. I mean, jumping, catching it with one hand, making it look easy, but I actually had chills. It was so beautiful.
I think she even like smiled at you when she said, "Hey, see how I can do, Chantal." I think she smiled. I'm
Maybe
pretty
that's
sure
why I
she
have
did.
chills.
There you go. Belavance holding his hammer back. Flick right in the middle. Great reading by number 93, Graves, blocking this, providing Reds an opportunity. There she goes. Double happiness by number 93 doing the D and scoring the break point, making this game tie once again, but this time at 18 minutes remaining on the clock.
I've been noticing that we've been calling out many different players on Red's roster. So it's not like they have one or two superstars. They have a really good depth to the team, many of them playing excessively well.
Cottage in their own goal line. Boychuk. Lateral. Cottage looking to earn some yards. Mason. Precise flick. Midfield to 25 Lee Ash. But it's denied. And Red will have another break opportunity. Starting of their own goal line. Leonard putting the disc back into play, forced back end. Nice high release, finding Fairweather. Now to Graves. Graves putting it to Fairweather. She cut. Was that in? Yes, confirmed. Fairweather. It's all been about the ladies for the Red Squad. 14-13 for the Halifax team.
Fairweather did that thing where she threw and she just sprinted for the end zone, which gave her that little bit of distance, and her defender was on her back, so could never really catch up or intercept. And the throw was really well thrown as well, just flat in front of her, waiting for her to cherry pick it. And she could even watch her feet as she was running out there and make sure that her feet were inside the end zone.
Red taking the lead for the first time. The last time they had the lead, it was about at a third of this game. Let's say when Cottage had their sequence of 5 break point. Cook with the disc.
Cottage is struggling a little bit against Red's defense here. Red really knows how to position themselves, but as I say that, there we go.
Here goes a hammer by Belavance. Nice rolling catch by Cottage, tying the game to 14 after suffering 3 consecutive points. It's an offense hold for the white jerseys.
One of the things I really enjoy about seeing Cottage play is coming for your Cottage is just the athleticism. They never let go. They have amazing cuts, such power, and just always ready to go into the open. By the way, Etienne, do you know where their name comes from, coming for your Cottage?
I'm assuming a lot of stuff, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. Can you tell me?
It's from the amazing series, Heated Rivalry. And so if you haven't seen it, it's a reference to I'm coming to your cottage.
And that was not part of my assumptions. So Red near the goal line, dishing it back, resetting. Nice little scuba. It's scuba time here at Complexe Sportif Marie-Victorien. And Billy Darling catching the disc for Red's 15th point.
Such a tight game. That would have made a great picture, the way that he caught that. You know, both feet up, full extension. Just a great athletic catch in the end zone.
Absolutely. A little over 15 minutes on the clock. 1 point splits this Vancouver squad from this Halifax squad. An amazing display of athleticism and ultimate skills.
Remember that Red came in second in the tournament, this tournament in 2025. And so they say they want to make semifinals, but they came in second last year.
Caribou pass, reaching out to Belavance. Crossfield. Belavance. Oh, that was about a half a centimeter long pass, I believe. Reaching out to Mason. Nonetheless, Cottage tying the game at 15.
I think Mason was as surprised as anyone that the disc came and that she got it, which sometimes happens. But
sometimes you just run towards your handler and just something will hit you. Okay, just catch it.
That's right. But she was ready, right? And that's we always have to be ready.
McKenna going on the break side. An outside in, but a little too much outside, or maybe not enough, not sufficiently inside in that throw. Nonetheless, Cottage putting the disc back into play from their own goal line. Scoobers in the middle. Oh, that was a tight catch by Lee Ash. Holding it for the long pass. Another Scoober resets. Cook pivoting around the mark. Nice continuation on the break side, and it's a break point for Cottage. Now leading by 16 to 15.
So leading by 1. Is that what you meant, Etienne? Leading by 1?
Yes, leading by 1. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, I keep noticing the athleticism of number 25 on Coming for Your Cottage, Lee Ash. He is making just cuts everywhere and getting open as much laterally as in the end zone.
Turner to Graves. Turner once again near his own goal line. Graves. Oh, that was a nice layout block. Was there contact? I think there's a foul call. Bellavance. Is he contesting? I believe there's some discussion. Gentleman conversation. And Bellavance seems okay. I agree. Yeah, I fouled you.
It was hard to see from here, but this is what Ultimate is all about. The players get to decide.
It was a legitimate bid from Bellavance, I believe.
Yes.
But sometimes there's some bumping around. But
there's
Cottage
a turn. So
miscued. Cottage threatening to take a 2-point lead. Oh, nice field awareness by Holtz on the sideline. She passed. Oh, that was a Blady pass. Whoa! A laser disc reaching out to Bellavance. Cottage scoring their 17. Now 2 points ahead of Red from Halifax.
I must say that was an interesting choice for a throw. It was an outside-in Blady flick from the right-hand side to the left-hand side of the field. But you know what? It worked. And so kudos to McGregor. You picked the throw that worked, and that's all that matters at this point.
I think in baseball they call that a fastball. I think that's what they would call it. McKenna. A long scuba finding Trainer in the end zone. Wow. Nice pass.
Trainer in the end zone. Sounds like something we've said before.
Am I repeating myself or what? Yeah. Absolutely right.
Yeah. But that was really hard to defend because she had gone straight for the left-hand side of the field and then really cut in on the right-hand side. And so there's only so much that the defense can do at that point. And she was running at fast speed as well. And she read that really properly, and it was a bit of a reach. So kudos to her.
Lee Ash, the great ninja faking. Cook on the right-hand side. Oh, that was a very precise flick to find McGregor opening himself up in the end zone. The Cottage scoring their 18 and a 2-point lead back with 10 minutes on the clock.
There was a lot of speed on that throw by Rachel Cook, number 28 on the white, Coming for Your Cottage team. And so that's one of the things that's really important is controlling the different speeds of the throws. And so for that situation, that required really good speed. For this situation right now that's undergoing, you need a little bit more softness. And so, yeah, really well done, Rachel, on throwing that so fast.
Turner on his own goal line, scoobers it to Darling. Now McPhail going an open side. Scuba finding Turner for Red's 17th point. Hanging in there just 1 point shy of the white jerseys.
So 4-on-4. There's no wind. And
No
so as a defense, you have to protect, of course, the open side, but at any moment, your offense player can go break side and get a hammer throw, because hammers, they float so well inside. And so it is so hard to play D indoors, and that's what you just saw right there was a nice hammer throw.
You cannot cheat on defense on 4-on-4. Great cut in by Menzies, midfield. She's gone again in the end zone. Manson holds it back, feeding McGregor. There's a little poachy from Fairweather. Menzies attacking the ends. I love the matchup of Ferrero wrong again. Menzies, but now Menzies earning Cottage their 19th point.
That was the famous footwork, going all in on the open side and then just making that really delicate but convincing cut to the break side and catching it.
A classic in all form of ultimate. Attack one side, put the brake on, and then switch direction.
And she does it in a way that makes it really tough for her defense to follow.
One thing's for sure, Menzies is one of the finest player in the country. Long pass by Trainer. Was that caught in? I believe it was. McKenna making sure this game is only a 1-point game, still with 8 minutes on the clock.
Again, Trainer, that was probably not the first pick. She was looking for options closer to her, but the defense was so tight coming for your Cottage, not letting anything in, and so she had to throw it long because we only have a few seconds to throw, 10 seconds to be precise, and so she opted for the long throw knowing that her receiver was there, and it was completed.
I remember seeing Trainer, I believe it's in a national championship. Was it 2 years ago, 3 years ago? And she was very, very athletic, but her handling skills were nowhere near what she's displaying today. So an amazing improvement.
That was a really precise long throw.
It was.
And here's another long throw.
Carrie Bouffin, one hand grab. Wow, running behind the disc in order to secure the hole. Carrie holds. Wow.
That was a tough read because, as we mentioned earlier, it was over her head, and she was reading it as she was turning her body, turning her head. It was over her head. Wow, Holst, that was a great read, great catch.
It's kind of counterintuitive to catch that disc like that. Why don't you go with your left hand? Well, with the spin of the disc, it will roll out of your hand. So, great technique, great grab, great athleticism. Again, Red trailing by 2. Scuba across field is being caught by number 31, Kelsey Hayden. Again, 1 point separates these two teams. And one thing that's I love to say, Hayden, she ran out of the field. She seemed injured earlier in the game, but now she seems to be fully back from the little bumping she suffered from earlier. So glad to see her back on the field. The belle avance with the disc in his own goal line, looking to take a 2-point lead back from nice layout bid by Ferraro Wang, but just a little short. A foul call, but no arms done, fortunately. Cook attacking the long. Boychuk holds it back. Belle avance. Looking for a reset. Feeds Cook on the other side. Boychuk to Cook near the end zone. Nice break, flick to find Belle avance.
A great point.
21st point.
Great point by Cook here. Not only cutting laterally and getting those resets, which her team badly needed, but also making the right choice in that throw to Belle avance in the end zone. So again, those quick throws really direct, but knowing that her teammate can catch those. So the game is getting really interesting now with 21-19, Etienne, and the time is counting down.
We've seen 10 break points in the first half, but we've only seen 2 break points in the second half, and maybe there's potentially one coming. At least that's the Cottage intention after a great D by number 69, Carrie Holtz. Midfield, Rockcliffe with the disc to Holtz. Looking for a reset, or no, she goes forward feeding McGregor. And here's a break point for Cottage, their first of this second half. They are now leading by 3 points with 4 minutes left on the clock.
When Holtz was on that sideline, she had 2 opportunities to make that point. She could have gotten the hammer or something off to her cutter that was going break side, but she evaluated that that was too low probability, and she waited for that open side throw, which scored with higher probability. And that's the kind of experience that's going to make those little differences in the points. And that's all that there is going on here, little differences.
Turner to Fairweather, to Turner again, midfield, defended by Bellavance. Hayden, forced back end, looking for reset. Great fake movement by Fairweather.
Tried to take advantage of the height here of her teammate, but just threw it just a little bit too far, even for number 23, Josh Turner. Asking for a timeout, Bellavance from Coming for Your Cottage. So they've got the advantage. They're leading 22-19. There's about 3 minutes left to the game. So a smart move to take a timeout.
Veteran move by Bellavance. So teams have 1 timeout per game.
So now both teams have taken their timeout. Maybe this is a strategic timeout to figure out what play they want to run. Maybe it's just to run the clock. We're not 100% sure.
Leading by 3 points with less than 3 minutes on the clock. Can be the decisive point for Cottage. If they take a 4-point lead with less than 2 minutes, more likely Red will run out of time. But if Red makes this game a 2-point game, it will be tight, but still hopes will stay alive. What an amazing first pool play have we attended so far.
It's been amazing.
Chantal.
And remember, these teams, they come, I mean, we're in Montreal right now, and one team comes from Vancouver, the other one comes from Halifax. So 2 of the players from Halifax got delayed last night coming in. They came in at 2:45 a.m. So lots going on for these athletes.
Mason catching the disc, even though she was defended by 2 players. 23rd point. White jerseys now leading by 4 with less than 2 minutes on the clock.
Starting to look like a decisive lead, but we have seen stranger things.
But yes, we did indeed. So while we're we're about to end our first webcast of this national championship. Our next assignment will be at 11:45 for a junior pool play, featuring Chain Reaction from Ontario versus Canyon from North Vancouver. Chantal and Philip will host this game for all you attending. McGregor going long with a, whoa, was that caught in? Was she on the line? I think she was out.
She's calling an injury.
She's calling an injury, yeah. One thing's for sure, it was caught out of bounds.
Some really exceptional play there. First by number 21 on the red side, on the right-hand side of the screen, which tried to catch something, just missed it, and then this amazing play, which ended up in a roll on the ground. And
McPhail putting the disc back into play while the last seconds, 40 seconds on the clock. Trainer was the intended receiver, but there was some pressure from her opponents. Mason scoobers it on the break side. Mason's pass and run and secures Cottage 24th point with 20 seconds on the clock. That will secure the Vancouver squad first victory in this national championship. Well, we see the last 10 seconds of the game. Will they engage, or will just say, okay, I guess it's over?
It's a good game.
Yes.
Very good
What
game.
an amazing game.
It has been.
Coming for Your Cottage, winning it 24-19. They took the lead back in the over the last 5 minutes-ish of the game,
Yes,
but
yes.
it was a very well-fought battle by this Halifax and Vancouver squad.
Really tight game. So this was just their first game of the tournament, so it is still anybody's tournament.
It is indeed. So thanks for joining us. Thank you, Chantal, for this first assignment. We will talk to you later. As we mentioned, the next game will start at 11:45 for a junior pool featuring Chain Reaction from Ontario versus Canyon from North Vancouver. Chantal and Philippe will be your hosts. Also later today, Montreal time at 1:55, we'll have a senior pre-quarter featured, and also at 3 o'clock we'll have a junior pool game featuring Quick Orange from Quebec City against Rogue from Winnipeg. That's it for this first assignment. Thanks for being with us. Thanks again, Chantal. Thanks
Thank you,
for
Etienne.
Red, and congratulations to Cottage for their first win. Take care of yourself. Stay hydrated. Stay healthy. Cheers. Take care.
Cheers.
I love working with a team towards a common goal.
For the camaraderie,
Camaraderie and playing with my teammates.
I play for my team.
Teamwork and the connections that I can build on and off field.
for the community and the exercise.
Because of the community and the competition.
I like playing Ultimate Frisbee for the competition.
I play for the competition and the fun.
For fun,
Because fun.
I love getting to work hard.
You get out of it what you put into it.
Leave everything out here.
Every time I step on the field, I want to be a better player.
You know, give something people to talk about.
Be happy but never satisfied.
To step away from real life and focus on Frisbee.
I play because I love Ultimate.
Find your drive.
Find your drive.
find your drive.
Find your